17 black celebrities whose kids look shockingly identical to them. Have you ever looked at a child and felt like you were staring straight through a time machine? What if nature could copy and paste an entire human blueprint from the legendary West Coast scowl to the exact tilt of a $1 million smile down to the very last millimeter? Welcome to Golden Black Legends. Tonight we are counting down 17 jaw-dropping pairs of black hip-hop icons and their children whose unbelievable physical resemblances will leave you questioning reality itself. Which of these incredible duos looks so identical? It gives you goosebumps. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into these astonishing genetic wonders together. Dr. Dre and Curtis Young. In the legendary annals of West Coast hip-hop, few familial stories carry as much astonishing wonder as the profound bloodline connecting music mogul Dr. Dre and his firstborn son, Curtis Young. Raised in the gritty heart of Compton by a devoted single mother who had parted ways with Dre during their teenage years, Curtis spent his entire early childhood completely oblivious to the staggering reality of his heritage. It was not until an official DNA test confirmed the truth at age 12 that the missing puzzle pieces snapped into place. Yet it took another 8 years of patient persistence and navigating industry channels before a formal, life-altering face-to-face reunion could finally take place. That unforgettable encounter occurred in 2002 inside Dre's state-of-the-art recording studio, where the legendary producer was intensely crafting timeless records for 50 Cent. When 20-year-old Curtis stepped through the soundproof studio doors, the room fell into complete, breathless silence. Production engineers and close collaborators stood frozen in disbelief as they looked from the young newcomer to the iconic producer. Standing before them was an undeniable high-definition optical echo of Dr. Dre during his groundbreaking 1992 The Chronic era. From the wide athletic frame and powerful square jawline to the deep-set calm gaze and sculpted facial contours, Curtis was the literal manifestation of his father's youth. Overcome with raw emotion, Dre stepped forward and embraced the son he had never raised, openly marveling at how nature had preserved his unmistakable likeness without a single flaw. When side-by-side photographs of the duo were later published across major music publications, hip-hop enthusiasts around the globe marveled at the unyielding power of genetics. Curtis went on to build his own respectable path in music and business, yet every public appearance serves as an enduring reminder that true hip-hop royalty is carved deep into the genetic code. Ice Cube and O'Shea Jackson Jr. When Hollywood studios greenlit the ambitious 2015 biographical drama, Straight Outta Compton film executives and casting directors were confronted with a monumental task: discovering an actor capable of capturing the volcanic intensity, lyrical brilliance, and iconic permanent scowl of young Ice Cube. As fate would have it, the ultimate performer was not waiting in a crowded casting call, but sitting at Cube's own family dinner table, his eldest son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. From his earliest years, O'Shea Jr. stunned family members and industry insiders alike by inheriting every singular physical nuance of his legendary father. The distinctive, fiercely arched eyebrows, the wide nose structure, and the effortless, street-forged swagger were woven directly into his biological blueprint. However, determined to maintain absolute artistic credibility, Ice Cube offered his son zero shortcuts. Instead, he forced O'Shea Jr. through 2 grueling years of relentless screen testing, intense dramatic workshops, and vocal coaching with top Hollywood professionals to prove he could command the screen on pure merit. The result was an electrifying milestone in modern cinema. When O'Shea Jr. stepped onto the set, outfitted in vintage 1980s Raiders gear signature snapback and tailored apparel, director F. Gary Gray and surviving NWA members were left with absolute chills. It was far beyond cosmetic styling. O'Shea effortlessly channeled his father's physical mannerisms, the rhythmic bounce in his walk, the dismissive shoulder shrugs, and the explosive vocal cadence that terrified mainstream censors decades earlier. Watching his son recreate his iconic youth brought Ice Cube to tears, describing the visual spectacle as an uncanny journey through time. Straight Outta Compton generated over $200 million globally, standing as an untouchable cinematic triumph while providing the world with the most jaw-dropping, perfectly preserved genetic mirror image in entertainment history. Remy Ma and Reminisce Mackenzie. In the vibrant world of New York hip-hop, few arrivals have captured public affection quite like the birth of Reminisce. Mackenzie, affectionately christened the Golden Child by millions of devoted fans. Following years of personal trials, public setbacks, and unwavering hope, Grammy-nominated rap queen Remy Ma and her husband Papoose welcomed their baby girl into the world in late 2018. Yet as the toddler blossomed in front of reality television cameras on Love and Hip Hop, and through glamorous family portraits, entertainment journalists and digital communities were treated to an astonishing visual phenomenon. Little Reminisce was not merely her mother's daughter, but a living high-definition miniature replica. From her bright, expressive round eyes and defined cheekbones to that unmistakable haughty smirk that became Remy Ma's stylistic trademark during her early Terror Squad days, Reminisce seemed to carry the legendary Bronx lyricist's complete essence. During private photo shoots and public appearances, production crews marveled at how the young girl intuitively mirrored her mother's poise without any coaching. This striking genetic match reached an unforgettable peak during her lavish royal-themed 5th birthday celebration. Dressed in matching bespoke gold designer gowns, mother and daughter posed side by side with synchronized head tilts and radiant smiles that left onlookers breathless. The viral snapshots set digital platforms ablaze, prompting hip-hop publications and thousands of commenters to declare that nature had bypassed ordinary inheritance to produce an exact duplicate. Remy Ma has candidly shared how looking into her daughter's eyes feels like gazing through an emotional time mirror into her own past. The undeniable likeness between the two stands as a heartwarming testament to maternal legacy, proving that true New York rap royalty flows unbroken from one generation to the next. Ol' Dirty Bastard and Young Dirty Bastard. Within the storied history of hip-hop, the late Ol' Dirty Bastard, Russell Jones, of the legendary Wu-Tang Clan, remains an irreplaceable cultural force renowned for his unpredictable energy, guttural vocal delivery, and wild magnetic charisma. When ODB tragically passed away in 2004, hip-hop enthusiasts believed his unique, untamable spark was gone forever. That perception was completely shattered when his eldest son, Barson Unique Jones, performing under the stage name Young Dirty Bastard, YDB, stepped into the limelight. YDB did not merely resemble his late father. He carried the Wu-Tang Titans' physical mold, vocal mannerisms, and untamed stage presence down to the finest detail. The most astonishing confirmation of this generational echo occurred at the 2013 Rock the Bells Music Festival, in a groundbreaking performance combining cutting-edge hologram technology with live vocals. YDB stepped onto the stage to perform ODB's iconic hits Shimmy Shimmy Ya and Shame on a Nigga, side by side with a digital projection of his late father. As the booming bass dropped, YDB unleashed the same raspy growl, wide-eyed stare, and chaotic physical choreography that made his father a global legend. Backstage, Wu-Tang Clan, Mastermind, RZA, and fellow group members were visibly moved, with tears in their eyes, openly expressing that watching YDB perform felt as if ODB's spirit had physically stepped back into the arena. Major music publications, including Rolling Stone and Billboard, widely covered the historic festival milestone. Fans across the globe circulated side-by-side performance footage in sheer disbelief, marveling at how genetics had resurrected one of the most eccentric figures in music history. Young Dirty Bastard's uncanny resemblance serves as a moving bridge across time, ensuring that the raw, uncompromising energy of ODB continues to resonate across life stages. Teyana, Taylor and Junie Shumpert. Renowned as an elite, multi-hyphenate talent, Teyana Taylor has commanded global entertainment with her sultry R&B vocals, visionary creative direction, and untouchable fashion intuition. From show-stopping music video choreography to gracing elite high-fashion runways, Taylor has long personified effortless cool and avant-garde beauty. Yet, the fashion world was completely unprepared for the arrival of her eldest daughter, Iman Taylor Shumpert Jr., affectionately known worldwide as Junie. From a very young age, Junie established herself as an international phenomenon, possessing a genetic duplicate of her superstar mother's expressive facial structure, razor-sharp jawline, and commanding unshakable presence. Junie's status as a high-fashion prodigy was firmly cemented during Paris Fashion Week, where she accompanied Teyana to front-row seats at premier haute couture presentations. As hundreds of international paparazzi and fashion editors swarmed the entrance, the young girl displayed none of the natural shyness typical of children her age. Instead, Junie walked with absolute nonchalance, wearing designer sunglasses, casually crossing her legs and delivering piercing editorial glares directly into the camera. Flashes the exact high-fashion demeanor that catapulted her mother to iconic status. Backstage, fashion directors and veteran designers marveled in sheer admiration, noting that Junie did not merely inherit Teyana's facial geometry, but the innate, untrainable attitude of a runway maven. Major publications including Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Elle celebrated the viral mother-daughter appearances, highlighting their synchronized poses and matching high-end styling. Digital communities erupted with praise, noting that Junie represents a masterclass in inherited stardom. Teyana Taylor and Junie Shumpert prove that supreme artistic swagger and high-fashion royalty can be encoded flawlessly into the DNA, creating an unbroken continuum of boundary-pushing elegance. Eazy-E and Lil Eazy-E. As the visionary co-founder of NWA and the fearless architect behind Ruthless Records, the late Eazy-E Eric Wright permanently revolutionized popular culture as the godfather of gangsta rap. With his signature tilted Compton snapback, dark sunglasses, sharp bone structure and menacing half-smile, Eazy-E forged an immortal visual brand that defined 1980s West Coast street music. Decades after his untimely passing in 1995, that historic presence reappeared before the world in astonishing biological form through his firstborn son, Eric Darnell Wright Jr., famously known as Lil Eazy-E. Lil Eazy-E stunned hip-hop historians by inheriting every physical hallmark of his iconic father. Beyond sharing the exact compact frame and deep vocal cadence, his bone structure matched Eazy-E's classic 1989 proportions down to the millimeter. This uncanny biological duplicate was brought to light during high-tech Hollywood visual effects trials and hologram tribute projects, where digital engineers scanning facial coordinates against vintage archival photographs discovered that the son's physical measurements aligned perfectly with the deceased icon's facial landmarks. The emotional weight of this genetic mirror image peaked during live West Coast tribute concerts, when Lil Eazy-E stepped through stage smoke wearing an authentic black jacket, dark locks, sunglasses and a classic Compton cap. Thousands of spectators stood frozen in disbelief, feeling as though the legendary NWA pioneer had walked out of an archival reel. Major media outlets like Rolling Stone and XXL highlighted the extraordinary resemblance, noting that while technology attempts to recreate legends, nature had already accomplished the feat without computers. Lil Eazy-E carries his father's legacy with immense pride, serving as a living, breathing testament to the enduring West Coast empire his father built. Ja Rule and Jeffrey Atkins Jr. During the early 2000s, Ja Rule reigned at the very center of mainstream music culture, delivering multi-platinum Murder Inc. anthems that defined an entire era of radio dominance. With his gravelly baritone, prominent square jawline, and radiant charismatic smile, he forged an instantly recognizable aesthetic alongside collaborators like Ashanti and Jennifer Lopez. Yet, decades after his peak commercial explosion, the rap veteran unintentionally set the entire internet into a frenzy of disbelief by simply sharing a milestone family portrait of his firstborn son, Jeffrey Atkins Jr. When Jeffrey Jr. reached his 20th birthday, Ja Rule posted a commemorative side-by-side photograph to celebrate his son stepping into young adulthood. The image triggered an immediate viral sensation across digital platforms as millions of fans legitimately questioned whether they were looking at a contemporary portrait or an unreleased archival snapshot from 2001. Jeffrey Jr. had inherited every distinct geometric feature of his famous father: the strong angular cheekbones, the identical broad forehead, the deep-set expressive eyes, and that signature million-dollar beam that once dominated MTV music video rotations. Major entertainment outlets, including Complex and XXL, covered the striking optical illusion, highlighting how social media users humorously speculated whether Ja Rule had deployed artificial intelligence rejuvenation software to revisit his youth. Hip-hop enthusiasts marveled at the sheer fidelity of the genetic duplication, pointing out that Jeffrey Jr. looks like an exact duplicate of his father during the classic Pain is Love album cycle. Free from digital trickery or manufactured styling, the Atkins family provided the world with an undeniable masterclass in biological replication, demonstrating how the physical essence of an early 2000s rap titan lives on seamlessly in his eldest son. Erykah Badu and Puma Curry. Universally revered as the undisputed queen of neo-soul, four-time Grammy Award winner Erykah Badu permanently transformed the global music landscape with her transcendental vocals, avant-garde bohemian fashion, and profound artistic mysticism. From the groundbreaking release of Baduism to the timeless brilliance of Mama's Gun, the Dallas-born icon forged an unmistakable visual identity defined by ethereal poise, striking bone structure, and deep, expressive almond-shaped eyes. That legendary essence found a breathtaking biological continuation in her middle child and daughter Puma Sapti Curry, a gifted young vocalist and creative whose uncanny resemblance to her superstar mother regularly leaves the digital world completely spellbound. The visual parallel between mother and daughter erupted into an international viral sensation through candid acoustic harmonies and spontaneous TikTok singing clips recorded in the comfort of their home. Without the aid of studio lighting, professional filters, or elaborate stage production, simply watching Badu and Puma sing together in close-up frames created a dizzying optical illusion. Puma possesses her mother's refined oval jawline, high cheekbones, radiant smile, and serene soulful gaze down to the exact millimeter. When both women tilt their heads in unison or harmonize with effortless vocal control, the generational line completely dissolves, prompting millions of online viewers to mistake them for identical twin sisters. Leading entertainment and lifestyle publications, including Essence Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Billboard, have widely celebrated their viral dynamic, highlighting Puma's natural confidence and inherited artistic grace as she carves out her own path in fashion, beauty, and music. Comment sections under their shared public appearances are routinely flooded with awe, with fans continuously expressing disbelief at how nature preserved Badu's iconic 1997 aesthetic in pristine high definition. Erykah Badu and Puma Curry stand as one of entertainment's most mesmerizing mother-daughter pairs, proving that soulful genius, magnetic spiritual presence, and timeless physical beauty can be passed down flawlessly through the bloodline without missing a single beat. Master P and Romeo Miller. Rising from the perilous Calliope housing projects in New Orleans, Percy Master P. Miller built No Limit Records into an iconic multi-million-dollar empire, permanently shifting the financial blueprint of independent hip-hop. Tall, commanding, and armed with a towering presence and razor-sharp business acumen, Master P became a defining titan of Southern rap. That legacy of monumental stature and magnetic charm was passed down directly to his eldest son, Romeo Miller, who began his career as a child prodigy before evolving into a versatile actor, entrepreneur, and music executive. From his earliest public appearances under the moniker Lil Romeo to his mature adult years, Romeo presented a breathtaking biological match for his mogul father. He inherited Master P's tall athletic frame, broad shoulders, chiseled, square jaw, and that radiant, confident grin that once dominated No Limit album covers and major television networks. The power of this genetic continuation was dramatically highlighted during the historic No Limit reunion concerts, where Master P brought Romeo onto center stage under blazing arena lights. When both men stood side by side, performing vintage Southern classics, executing identical celebratory hand gestures, and commanding the roaring crowd of thousands with effortless authority, the entire arena witnessed an incredible time capsule moment. Hip-hop publications and television networks highlighted the performance, running headlines, noting that Romeo looked like an HD remastered edition of Master P during his '98 commercial peak. Romeo continues to champion the family name across corporate boardrooms and media ventures, serving as living proof that the visionary strength and regal presence of New Orleans hip-hop royalty remains unbroken across generations. Jam Master J and TJ Mizell. As the pioneering DJ, musical backbone, and stylistic architect of Run DMC, the late Jam Master J. Jason Mizell helped propel hip-hop from urban park jams into global arena dominance. With his composed demeanor behind the vinyl decks, commanding gaze, and signature black felt fedora, Jay forged an immortal aesthetic that shaped the golden era of 1980s street culture. Following his tragic passing in 2002, the hip-hop community grieved the loss of a founding father, until his talented son, TJ Mizell, stepped behind the turntables to carry forward his father's sacred craft. TJ did not merely inherit his father's extraordinary rhythmic timing and turntable virtuosity. He emerged as a breathtaking physical double of the Run DMC legend. The striking resemblance reached an unforgettable historic peak when TJ staged a spontaneous commemorative DJ tribute set in the middle of Times Square, New York. Positioned directly in front of a massive painted mural honoring his late father, TJ stood behind the mixer wearing Jam Master Jay's iconic wide-brimmed black fedora hat, tilted to adjust his headphones as vintage break beats echoed across the bustling metropolis. The photograph capturing TJ framed against his father's painted likeness went massively viral across international music publications like Rolling Stone, Billboard, and The Source. Run DMC co-founder Rev Run publicly reflected on the sheer emotional impact of the moment, sharing that watching TJ at the turntables felt as though Jay himself had stepped out of the mural to spin records once more. Free from superficial imitation, TJ Mizell's striking likeness and authentic musical dedication serve as a moving bridge across hip-hop history, ensuring that Jam Master Jay's timeless legacy continues to spin in living color. Pepa and Egypt Chris. As an irreplaceable pillar of the barrier-breaking duo, Salt and Peppa, Sandra Peppa Denton revolutionized global pop culture in the late 1980s with her electrifying stage presence, trailblazing fashion, and empowering lyricism. Alongside her longtime partner Cheryl Salt, James Peppa forged an iconic aesthetic defined by bold, asymmetrical hairstyles, high cheekbones, and an infectious, vibrant smile that dominated MTV rotations through timeless, chart-topping anthems like Push It and Shoop. Decades later, that radiant golden era charm returned to the entertainment spotlight in breathtaking biological form through her daughter, Egypt Chris, whom she shares with rap icon Treach of Naughty by Nature. The undeniable physical link between mother and daughter stunned Hollywood insiders during the nationwide casting process for the official Lifetime biographical film Salt and Pepper. Choosing to bypass celebrity privilege, Egypt quietly signed up to audition for the role of her famous mother on pure merit. When she walked into the casting room without elaborate stage lighting or dramatic cosmetic enhancement, the entire production crew froze in utter astonishment. Sitting at the judges' panel, Salt was visibly moved to tears, feeling as though her lifelong stage partner from 1987 had physically stepped through the door from a vintage archival reel. Egypt possessed Peppa's exact facial contours, upturned almond eyes, dazzling smile and resonant speaking cadence down to the finest detail. Although the production team ultimately selected another actress to maintain documentary objectivity, Peppa publicly shared her deep emotional reaction, describing the audition as looking directly through a magical time mirror into the height of her own youth. Major entertainment outlets extensively covered the uncanny resemblance, celebrating Egypt's natural charisma and stage poise across reality television and music. Peppa and Egypt Chris stand as an inspiring testament to generational grace, proving that the vibrant spirit and striking beauty of a pioneering hip-hop queen live on unbroken in her daughter. Lil Durk and Zayden Banks. Representing the raw, emotional heart of Chicago's drill music movement, Grammy-winning rapper Lil Durk has captivated global audiences with his melodic vulnerability, street poetry, and unmistakable brooding visual presence. Known throughout the music industry for his wide, intense gaze and calm, contemplative posture, Durk commands an instantly recognizable aura in every frame. Yet, that distinct aesthetic is not confined to the platinum-selling artist alone. Genetics duplicated his signature essence with startling precision in his young son, Zayden Banks. The astonishing resemblance between the two became an internet sensation during a star-studded hometown concert in Chicago. As media crews gathered backstage near the VIP carpet awaiting Lil Durk's arrival, the doors swung open unexpectedly. Instead of stepping out in isolated superstar solitude, the rapper emerged holding hands with young Zayden. When camera flashes erupted in rapid succession, the boy displayed none of the intimidation typical of children facing aggressive media lenses. Instead, Zayden calmly placed one hand in his pocket, grasped his father's hand tightly, and delivered a steady, piercing stare straight into the cameras. Under the bright photographic lights, the physical parallel was striking. Zayden inherited his father's sharp jawline, facial proportions, and most notably, that deep contemplative gaze that defined Durk's rise to international stardom. Major music and fashion outlets, including Complex, published the candid snapshot, triggering millions of shares and viral commentary from fans who hailed the young boy as an uncanny, real-life mini-duplicate, free from manufactured staging. The moment captured an authentic biological link, proving that Lil Durk's calm, unyielding charisma is woven directly into his family's genetic blueprint. Young Miami and Summer Giselle. As one half of the multi-platinum Florida rap phenomenon, City Girls and the magnetic host of the award-winning talk series, Kersha Please Young, Miami-born, Kersha Brownlee has firmly cemented her reputation as a dominant cultural trendsetter, known across mainstream entertainment for her unapologetic humor, high glamour aesthetic, and fierce, razor-sharp presence. Miami established an instantly recognizable look defined by expressive round eyes, sculpted cheekbones, and signature heart-shaped lips. That elite fashion intuition, magnetic camera appeal, and undeniable star power were passed down seamlessly to her young daughter Summer Giselle, whom she shares with multi-platinum producer Southside. The visual impact of their shared DNA became an international talking point during a premier luxury fashion showcase in Miami. As dozens of paparazzi lenses, high-fashion correspondents, and digital reporters swarmed a luxury vehicle awaiting the rap icon's arrival. The car door swung open and little Summer stepped onto the pavement first. outfitted in a bespoke, high-fashion designer ensemble coordinated to match her superstar mother's outfit. The young girl displayed none of the natural hesitation or shyness typical of children facing aggressive flashbulbs. Instead, Summer strolled forward with absolute composure, naturally tilting her chin and striking editorial poses alongside her mother with remarkable precision. Under the blazing lights of the red carpet, the physical resemblance left onlookers and media commentators breathless. Summer displayed young Miami's exact facial geometry, radiant almond-shaped gaze, and signature pout, creating an optical mirror image that captured the essence of modern celebrity glamour. Photographs of the stylish mother-daughter duo immediately went viral across major lifestyle publications and social media platforms, with commentators praising the young girl's innate runway poise and undeniable confidence. Young Miami and Summer. Giselle showcase the captivating magic of inherited stardom, proving that top-tier charisma, effortless high-fashion attitude, and striking beauty are woven directly into their bloodline, flourishing with radiant energy in the next generation. Rick Ross and William Roberts III. As the visionary mastermind behind Maybach Music Group, multi-platinum heavyweight Rick Ross transformed the soundscape of modern hip-hop with his booming baritone, opulent anthems, and an unmistakable physical presence. Revered across the globe as the Boss, Ross crafted a towering personal brand anchored by broad, imposing shoulders, a formidable square jawline, and an effortless, larger-than-life posture that commanded every boardroom and arena stage. Yet, as the hip-hop titan expanded his vast business empire from record labels to real estate, the world was treated to an astonishing generational echo through his firstborn son, William Roberts III, who stands as an uncanny biological twin of his famous father. The visual magnitude of this father-son parallel erupted across national headlines during Williams' high school graduation and official NCAA college football signing ceremony at the family's sprawling Florida estate. To commemorate his son's transition into elite collegiate athletics, Ross surprised him with a brand-new high-performance luxury vehicle. However, the moment the duo posed shoulder to shoulder next to the car guests, media correspondents and sports analysts were stopped dead in their tracks by the sheer fidelity of their shared DNA. Standing with the same commanding athletic frame, formidable bone structure, and unmistakable facial geometry that defined Rick Ross during the iconic Port of Miami and Teflon Don eras, William looked like a high-definition replica of his father's youth. The rap mogul himself posted the memorable snapshot to his millions of followers, humorously quipping that genetics had activated a literal copy-and-paste function. The viral image ignited widespread celebration across digital platforms, with fans universally marveling at how William effortlessly carries the physical strength, unshakable confidence, and regal composure of the Ross family lineage. William Roberts III is carving his own promising athletic legacy on the gridiron, serving as living proof that the powerful presence of hip-hop royalty flows directly through the bloodline. Charlie Baltimore and India Cheyenne. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, Charlie Baltimore captivated the entire hip-hop world with her striking beauty, fiery crimson hair, and sharp lyricism. As a prominent muse of the notorious B.I.G. and a core member of the Murder Inc. collective, she established an unmistakable visual aesthetic defined by high cheekbones, piercing almond-shaped eyes, and an effortless, high-fashion edge that turned heads across every red carpet. Decades later, that exact runway-ready glamour re-emerged on the global stage through her daughter, professional model India Sian Lane, leaving the international fashion industry completely spellbound. The visual parallel between mother and daughter reached a sensational peak during Paris Fashion Week, where the duo sat side by side in the front row of premier haute couture runway presentations. As paparazzi flashes flooded the venue, onlookers and veteran fashion editors were stunned by the uncanny biological replication before them. India displayed Charlie's exact facial, bone structure, piercing gaze, sculpted jawline, and signature lips down to the finest millimeter. When both women tilted their heads to pose in synchronized elegance, the resulting frame looked like a photograph mirrored across time, seamlessly bridging two eras of urban glamour. Major lifestyle publications, including Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Elle widely circulated images of the duo, prompting hip-hop icons like Nicki Minaj to publicly marvel at the sheer power of their shared DNA. Digital style communities erupted with admiration, noting that India represents the spitting image of her mother during her peak music video era, updated with modern runway sophistication. Charlie Baltimore and India Cheyenne prove that elite fashion intuition, striking elegance, and iconic beauty are deeply rooted in their family lineage, continuing to turn heads across global runways. The notorious B.I.G. and C.J. Wallace. Regarded as one of the greatest and most influential lyricists in music history, the late Christopher Wallace, universally revered as the notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls, forged an immortal legacy with his smooth baritone flow, unmatched storytelling, and imposing Brooklyn presence. Following his tragic passing in 1997, the global hip-hop community mourned the irreplaceable loss of an icon. Yet that legendary presence returned to the world in breathtaking biological form through his son, Christopher Jordan, C.J. Wallace, born to Biggie and R&B powerhouse Faith Evans. From an early age, CJ stunned his family and hip-hop historians by inheriting his father's distinct facial structure, deep-set expressive eyes, and natural charisma. This extraordinary resemblance was officially immortalized in cinematic history when director George Tillman Jr. cast a young CJ to portray his late father as a child in the critically acclaimed 2009 biographical film Notorious. Stepping onto the Brooklyn set, the young boy did not need to artificially study the character. The warm smile, tilted posture, and contemplative gaze were already encoded directly into his DNA, bringing cast and crew members to tears. As CJ grew into adulthood, pursuing his own successful endeavors in music, acting, and entrepreneurship, the physical mirror image only became more pronounced. In public appearances, tribute galas, and magazine profiles, his broad smile, facial contours, and gentle demeanor serve as a living, breathing reflection of the Brooklyn Titan. Major publications like Rolling Stone and Billboard have highlighted CJ's striking resemblance to his father, celebrating how he honors the Wallace legacy with poise and humility. C.J. Wallace stands as an undeniable genetic tribute to Biggie Smalls, proving that the physical essence and cultural spirit of rap's greatest storytelling king remain vibrantly alive. Snoop Dogg and Cordell Brodus. With his lean frame, effortless West Coast swagger, and iconic half-lidded smile, Calvin Snoop Dogg Brodus has stood as a towering global cultural titan for over 3 decades. From his groundbreaking 1993 doggy-style debut with Death Row Records to his evolution into a universally beloved international entrepreneur and entertainer, Snoop forged an unmistakable aesthetic that permanently defined the relaxed coolness of California hip-hop. That timeless, untouchable charisma found a literal biological duplicate in his second-born son, Cordell Brodus, a former standout UCLA collegiate football athlete who smoothly transitioned into high-fashion modeling, film directing, and creative entrepreneurship. The astonishing resemblance between the two became an international spectacle on the star-studded red carpet of the Met Gala in New York City. Walking arm in arm past hundreds of flashing cameras and shouting journalists, Snoop and Cordell stepped out in coordinated bespoke designer suits accented with sleek black sunglasses. The moment the duo paused to pose, photographers, fashion critics, and hip-hop historians were left with absolute chills. Standing before them, Cordell possessed the exact tall, slender, athletic silhouette, elongated facial structure, sharp jawline, and signature 45-degree head tilt that catapulted his superstar father to global stardom in the early 1990s. Major international publications, including GQ, Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and XXL, published striking side-by-side archival comparisons of the father-son pair, noting that Cordell looks like an ultra-high-definition remastered version of young Snoop Dogg stepping directly out of a 1993 time machine. Across social media platforms, millions of hip-hop enthusiasts marveled at how Cordell inherited his father's unmatched relaxed poise, expressive cheekbones and effortless demeanor without missing a single millimeter of biological detail. While Cordell continues to build his own distinctive creative footprint across luxury fashion technology and artistic production, every public appearance alongside his father showcases the undeniable magic of inherited cool, demonstrating that the legendary style and laid-back elegance of West Coast hip-hop royalty will continue to captivate the world across generations. From Dr. Dre and Ice Cube to Biggie Smalls and Snoop Dogg, these 17 incredible pairs prove that nature has crafted living time machines right before our eyes. Seeing these children inherit not just the sharp jawlines and distinct gazes, but the exact swagger and spirit of their iconic parents is nothing short of breathtaking. But this leaves us with a fascinating debate: does carrying the undeniable face of a hip-hop legend open every door to stardom, or does it cast an impossible shadow that keeps them from truly being themselves? Which parent-child lookalike stunned you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit subscribe, and join us on Golden Black Legends for more timeless stories.